fire to all. Now we will have series of videos about laws of the universe. It is a fundamental topic, without which we won't be able to move further. It is very important to study it closely now, so that you could understand how you can ask questions and how you can answer them yourselves using only the 3 simple rules of the laws of the universe. We will talk about them now, because many of you already know about torsion fields. For those who don't know, I will repeat it now, what they are and how they affect us. By now, scientists have proved that around us there is a physical vacuum that pierces all the space of the universe. It pierces both spiritual and material world. It pierces both animated and inanimate nature. It is present everywhere. It is a given fact. It is a physical vacuum, void. It is nothing, just void. And in this void, there is everything. Take water. Among the molecules of water, there is void. Take air. Among the molecules of oxygen, there is this void. Among cells of our bodies, of animated nature, there is void or vacuum too. Take minerals, stones, plants, everything at all. Everywhere there is void. So void is a part of everything. There is no place in the universe where there is no void. The main thing here that scientists have proved is that we can control this void with the power of thought. It is a unique technology that is going to develop further. It is a scientific breakthrough that will be reached anytime soon. The exploration of this void. We should learn how it works. Scientists have proved that there are torsion fields in this void. These fields have only 2 kinds of charge, positive and negative. Only 2. These fields can swirl in different directions. If it swirls to the left, counterclockwise, then it is a negative field. If it swirls to the right, clockwise, then it is a positive field. Recently, somebody asked me the following question. Some scientists argue that right-sided field is negative and left-sided field is positive. Some scientists believe that it is vice versa. In fact, we can receive answers to any questions from the space around us, analyzing it. Let's see into this small example with left and right-sided charges, which is positive and which is negative. If we look at it from this point of view, we will see. In my previous videos, I told you that when we grow egoism inside, we shrink inside. And when we do something for other people, our field expands from the core, from the heart. Take, for instance, a clock, just a simple clock. The hands move to the right. If we put the clock in front of us and look which way the hands go, from the heart or the core or towards it, we will see that the hands move from the heart. If the hands move from the heart, they move towards expansion of our space. Thus, we answer that question. We get this answer implicitly from the space around us, from the things we can analyze. We have the answer that positive field is a movement clockwise. Those who do energy practices know what an energy movement clockwise and counterclockwise is. But with the help of such simple thing as a clock placed next to the heart, we can understand clearly whether it's from the heart or towards it. This is how we understand that we have only two kinds of fields, right-sided and left-sided. By now, scientists have proved that it is with our thought and with the information that the torsion field has, this field swirls to the right or to the left. If the information is of positive kind, then torsion field swirls to the right. If the information is negative, then the field swirls left, counterclockwise. We have to understand what affects the side to which a field swirls. Let's turn to the most famous words from the Bible.
Помните, вот такая самая известная на слуху всех фраза из Библии?
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. That is, in the beginning was the void, and here it is, the Word. We know that we are created after the image and likeness of God. This means we have the same qualities as God, and our word, our thought, can transform into matter with the help of these torsion fields. Everything depends on the levels on which our souls vibrate. We have already talked about spiritual home, and you already know that if a person evolves in positive coordinate system, then his or her power of thought and power of word instantly comes into action. If a person is in negative coordinate system, then whatever he or she thinks or says, it isn't as effective as the power of word of a person in positive coordinate system. Of course, words said by a person from negative system still have serious impact. There are evil eyes, bad spells, curses. Now there is a lot of talks and articles about it. These are the negative waves that affect people. When you say something bad towards somebody, it affects this person and their aura emanation already. It already starts dealing with this person. We will talk about karma laws later. Now we are talking about plus and minus charges. We have learned that the word controls this charge. I mean, we can control these charges with our words. We can make plus out of minus ourselves.
То есть из минуса делать плюс. И
It is proved by scientists. We are saying here that we will use the proofs and discoveries
именно
that the scientific world has already made
доказательства и
in
открытие
order to study the laws of the universe.
мир совершил, для того, чтобы разобраться именно в законах мироздания.
In the animated nature,
В живой природе
any information can be read from DNA chain. Everybody knows what a DNA chain is.
все слышали, что такое цепочка ДНК.
Any illnesses, difficulties
Любой
that a person gets in life are already written in this DNA chain.
именно
We are born with this information. It is already in the DNA chain.
то есть они уже там есть. То есть и как бы мы рождаемся уже с этой информацией, которая находится в цепочке ДНК. То есть она,
We have this information already.
это те наши
It is our karmic debt
долги, которые
on which we are going to work.
мы сейчас будем работать.
In inanimate nature,
И
there is no genetical information.
именно в неживой природе за
So the information there
следственную
is read by spin.
информации нет, и там, получается, информацию считывает спин.
You need to understand
Поэтому
that on the basis of scientists' discovery of what torsion fields are
и этого
and who can affect
ученые
them, we know that torsion fields have a charge,
и кто на них может
plus and minus.
понимаем, что торсионные поля имеют заряд плюс и минус. Так вот,
Positive torsion fields
торсионные
always gravitate to each other.
поля притягиваются друг к другу.
Remember that, unlike in electromagnetics, here we have a different rule,
В отличие от
the rule of torsion fields.
должны понимать, что тут другое правило, правило торсионных полей.
Plus always gravitates to plus, minus gravitates to minus. Plus and minus always repel each other. It is necessary for everybody to understand this rule.
Правило, которое
This is how the universe works.
работает система.
We are going to talk about it in detail.
Будем об этом очень подробно говорить.
What is a sum of all the torsion fields that we have around us?
Которые вокруг нас есть.
Have you ever wondered
Деле,
why our planet turns counterclockwise?
почему наша планета, она вращается против часовой стрелки?
Not clockwise
Часовой
in the positive coordinate system, but counterclockwise. Have you ever thought about that?
задумались об этом. Почему так происходит?
Why is it so?
То есть
Given that the Earth has similar torsion fields
у Земли есть
and it gathers from both inanimate and animated nature all the torsion fields
и Земля
emitted by the nature and people,
с неживой и живой природы, да,
we can see with what vibrations and on which frequencies we live.
которые излучает природа и люди. И
We live
мы
in negative coordinate system
в каких
because our planet
частот,
turns counterclockwise.
мы с вами живем в отрицательной системе координат, потому что вся наша планета, она движется против часовой стрелки.
This is something to think about.
То, о чем надо задуматься.
You just have never paid attention
Просто никак
to some very simple things that are on the surface.
вещи.
Whole planet vibrates on negative frequencies.
Вся планета вибрирует на отрицательных частотах.
There is no doubt that it has positive frequencies as well,
Она вся
but now
на отрицательных.
it vibrates on negative ones. It moves counterclockwise. This is really something to think about.
Действительно,
It will be hard for many people to understand it,
это очень сложно,
that we live in negative coordinate system.
что мы с вами живем в отрицательной системе координат.
Let's take a look at what surrounds us.
Как много
How many positive things there are here.
я уже говорила про
I have mentioned movies, computer games,
кон-
creating apocalypse and the end of the world atmosphere.
там, атмосферы там, с апокалипсисом, с концом света, да?
Somebody needs it
Да, чтобы
that we emitted more and more negative energy.
получали все больше и больше отрицательной энергии.
It is the topic we are going to discuss in further videos.
Мы продолжим наш разговор в следующих видео.
For now, you need to think about what I have just said, why the planet turns counterclockwise.
Планета движется против часовой стрелки.